So COVID made some serious shuffling in almost every industry, and IT wasn't left alone. It was the first time for years that the industry saw a drop in growth of the sector. We could feel that as well. Number of leads dropped when the pandemic hit, but we are already back on track. And the market is stabilizing again. Gartner predicts growth again in 2021. And we can see it now on our side as well. The industry is starting to boom, and the number of leads that have been receiving in Q1 2021 is even bigger than Q1 2020, before the COVID came. And this is not only us, but the whole industry is booming. And just a note here, we are not talking about our perspective for the webinar, we'll be talking about the perspective of the whole region, and I will explain that later on. And developers can feel that too, actually. Here is a nice chart for you guys. Almost half of them work more than before the pandemic. Almost every second expert is spending more hours coding. And this is a very good opportunity for you, and I will relate to that later on. So actually what happened? Well, after the first shock, companies adjusted. COVID, by forcing people to work remotely, broke a certain trust barrier and showed that this model can work, and companies and employees can pull that off in long term. Many companies, governments, and whole states were also forced to go through the digital transformation, digitalizing their processes and moving their operations online. This created an environment when outsourcing is easier than ever before. We do have tools and a proper mindset now. This is so much easier to cost optimize with these two on our side. So if you're wondering whether it's a good timing to outsource, the answer is yeah, definitely, and it's never been better. But this is not only our observation. C-levels are also noticing that, and they act accordingly. So here you have a nice statistic about that. And offices are getting smaller, right? Employees are encouraged to work from homes. Market for interior professional design is booming. Of course, it will never work out for everybody, but the trend is getting stronger. What will happen within your company? Big guys also know it, and they have already started moving their development centers into CE region. Shopify, Google, Amazon, there are just few of many more to build their teams and centers here in our region. And from this report, from this rank, what you can learn is from almost 19,000 companies listed there, more than 3K are in the CE region. But there are usually small or super small entities like boutique companies. Almost 1 in 4 of these dev shops employ less than 10 people, which is quite amazing when you think about that. From our market experience, we know that there are another couple of thousand small dev shops that are not even registered there. So these numbers should be even higher. And you may ask, okay, Camille, cool, but what did it tell us? Well, that the market in CE is very fragmented. And it's not only about the numbers of employees. This fragmentation goes way, way, way deeper. Plenty of companies on the market specialize in a very specific industry verticals or in a very specific technologies, or they even narrow each of these verticals in specializing in a given technology, like e-commerce only in Ruby on Rails. And actually, in CE region, very often companies specialize in only 1 or 2 specific technologies.